Starting to feel like home.
Stay safe out there.
Nothing but the void here, Captain. I just as soon leave it cold, dark, and derelict.
give these little fellas a wide berth, Captain.
Oh, I see you have activated your holographic shroud, Captain. Excellent. Becoming indistinguishable from an authentic UDL trooper will prove advantageous to your current situation. A UDL vessel has been tracking our position and just recently docked with the station. They are patching into the station's transmission lines now. I cannot stop.
Roger that. Just as a precaution, I'm sure you won't mind if we turn on the station's security systems. Can't be too careful. We'd hate to leave this location undefended after a close call with outlaws. Shit. Thanks for the warning. Last thing I need is to get fined for overriding security on a restricted station. My team and I will just head out then.
The UDL gunship is undocking from the station. They appear to be departing into space.
I ought to try talking more and fighting less. Seems like it saves on ammunition. Nah, that ain't no fun. Whoa, keep an eye on the floor. eliminate the people responsible for this. I'm shooting first, never asking questions.
Job done. We can go home to the ship, right? I've been missing Ada fierce. Hold on a sec. Don't we know Chartrain? From Cascadia?
Captain, I wish to offer my commendations for convincing the UDL's gunship to leave HRS-1084. I did not favor the idea of being stripped and sold for parts. Welcome back. How...
You should be listening to those serials with Felix. They're gonna give you funny ideas about human-mechanical relationships that I won't explain. Come to see Sam? That was sweet of ya. Here, I was just leaving. Sometimes I can hear Vickers saying prayers to himself. Sometimes I hear him cut... Mostly, yeah. I lived in the maintenance office near all my life. Mr. Thompson never let me. I'm not exactly a model employee. Not like he wanted. The kind that stays quiet and gets the right work done. It's not normal for anyone to do as their parents. You take a vocational test. That decides your schooling and your career. When I tested out for maintenance, everyone figured it was on account of my dad. Real unhappy with us. Well, I'm good at making things work the way they ought. Not so much at doing such to... There's times I'm working deep in the guts of a loader, getting it all running perfect. Then I look up to see it's tomorrow and I've blown another deadline. Anyhow, I was happy to get back home. There were a whole lot of reading, not nearly enough doing. Like, before they'd issue you a wrench, they wanted an essay on the design of different wrenches. Then there'd be quizzes on company regulations for storage and maintenance of wrenches. Yep, nothing much had changed. Everything was a little grayer, a little dirtier. Dad met me at the shuttle and gave me a big ol' hug. I noticed straight away that he was moving slower and stiffer. He made a little grunt when I squeezed. About a year. I tried to do more of the work so he could rest. His heart gave him pain. Dad never said that he loved me, you know? I knew on account of him showing it. How he'd stay up late to help with my projects, or... Oh gosh. Look at the time. Sorry to bend your ear so long. And I got so much to do.
Who ordered the bottles of Raptidon musk? One has broken. Destination reached. The Groundbreaker. Do return in one piece.
If it isn't the savior of Groundbreaker. Be serious.
Good to see you again.
CNP Borsted Baked Beans. One Borsted Baked Beans is the only.
Finally, a base of our own. Soon. I'll have those dismantled. You can never be too careful when moving into someone else. Aside from the automated security, did you meet any I knew it. They've been shadowing us since Monarch. Maybe I've been less than honest with you. Your assignments weren't strictly about the salvage business. You might have figured that out already. After the Monarch job, I started connecting the dots. I didn't like the picture. Then what we found at Station 1084 confirmed my fears. You and I have stumbled onto something big. I'm thinking more along the lines of the sapient species paradox. Ask yourself why a skeleton crew was studying that Alta Vitae gas in secret. Ask yourself why stockpiles were hidden on a planet full of monsters. Wrong. I think it's about intelligent life discovering us. Aliens. I'm talking about aliens. They're the ones responsible for the deaths at 1084, and who knows what else. We have to put a stop to it. Hear me out. I'm saying it's aliens. I'm not asking you to like it. I'm not even asking you to believe it. But I need to...
This doesn't feel at all.
Right. I'm done. I'm officially tuning you out until such time as I hear the words payment and/or
Your crew is skeptical. That's good. I don't want you walking into the unknown with blind... I assume... If we're gonna see this through, I'll need your trust and commitment. Conspiracy. One carried out with the help of human collaborators, assuming they have it. This is an invasion of our very cells. That damned gas is mixing our nucleon with halcyon biology to twist us, change us, make us more like those monsters on Monarch. No kidding. That's how they want it. When I lined up the evidence in my spreadsheet, there was only one possible conclusion looking back at me. This is my data talking, not my anxiety or lack of sleep. Sharing my findings took a calculated risk. If you were a spy, I doubt you'd even realize it. Only your cells would know. Probably nothing to worry about, as long as you don't start growing tentacles or slowing down time. Dr. Chartrand is the crooked psychopath behind the gas experiments. She sold out her species. I need you to put a bullet...
You don't even want to know why for?
This keycard will get you through the front door of her BYZANTIUM estate. Don't ask how I got it. You might not like the answer. By now, the other side knows what you're doing. Don't trust anything Chartrand says. She's compromised down to the bone.
Groundbreaker's safe from melting to bits now. Lots of good people can rest.
You know, I'd been assuming this entire stay on your ship thing isn't a permanent arrangement. Part of my contract? That said, you ain't been eaten or shot to death yet. Says a lot about the stability of your future. And to be honest, I'm about sick of sleeping on bar stools. So how's about this? You keep letting me stay on that ship of yours, and I'll keep shooting at the thing. Outstanding.
CNP pancake mix. Now requires no mixing. Seriously,
It's almost time for today's episode of The Chairman's Children. I think I got just the thing, my dear. A few years back, Auntie Cleo's put out a home makeover kit, and I snagged a couple. High-grade shampoo and conditioner. Scrubby brush.
What's the scrub?
Cleaning around your nails, sweetheart. Gets the engine grease out. Most folk don't got the time. Or bathtubs for such, me included. I'll let you have one on clearance. You want rosish, mock apple and cinnamon, or refurbished ship?
Oh, gosh. We never talked about what kind of smells she likes. I think pretty much every spot on Groundbreaker just smells like old socks.
It comes down to what sort of intent you got. If I was looking to do a spy job over in engineering, I'd be safe with refurbished ship. Now, if I was a young thing trying to come on all precious-like, I'd probably go with rosish. But if I was doing it for my own self, I'd pick...
I guess you could eeny, miny, moe it?
Take your time, dear. A lady's...
We didn't have anything rosish in Edgewater. I heard it smells real pretty, though.
I'll just wrap that up for you, since it's for a special occasion.
I'll pay for that, ma'am. Thanks for being so helpful.
You're welcome, dear. I've got a lovely little throat.
I hope this fancy soap we got is... Oh, thanks, Captain! In her messages, Junlei said her mama used to make this dish for Monarch. Dustback casserole. Salt tuna and xenogold needle mushroom. And then for dessert, there's a thing called, sweetheart cake. It's made with almond paste and wax gourds. There's gotta be some place in Stellar Bay that can bake a casserole. And I heard tell there's a Rizzo's town near there called Cascadia, what specializes in sweets. Thanks, Captain. I know I'm asking an awful lot, but I'm sure it's gonna be worth it.
Not today, Sam. I am not in the mood for a deep clean. Oh, all right. Some culprit who shall not be named spilled Rizzo's lemon... We're now in orbit above Stellar Bay, Captain.
Smells like rat in here.
Whoa, by the stars, my poor heart. Besides... Where should I begin? With the oversized mantisaurs? Or perhaps the rap spewing acid at our... The board was right. This place isn't fit for human habitation, and I was a fool for staying. Sanjar, of course. He had all these glorious ideas about how he'd run Monarch.
You company folk are all the same. Choose to stay, then complain about the choice you've made.
How was I supposed to know it? It all sounds wonderful, until you realize it's only a few centimeters of repurposed steel between you and the deadliest creatures in the galaxy. I could do with a few kilometers of cold vacuum, but that spaceship has flown. That was a real popular meal 10, 20 years back, before the board tucked tail and ran. These days, everybody's had a belly full of salt tuna. They all want borscht. And the mushrooms, well, not many venture out of town. What with the month, I can whip one up for you. But it'll cost.
Oh, yikes. I can't... What? No, Captain, I don't want you to do it this way.
It's all right, miss. I'm a coward at heart. Made that clear from the outset. Look, Captain, this is the best I can do without putting myself out of business. I'm mighty glad you reckon so. This is gonna take about an hour in the oven. Nothing I can do to speed it. That's just how cooking works. There we are. Now, if you don't mind, I really need to take a leak.
My belly's gurgling just to smell it, but...
A pleasure. You're a gentle soul, miss. Be careful.
Oh, gosh. My tum's rumbling just smelling that casserole. The dustback casserole Mr. Raymond made smells incredible. Oh, I kind of want to... Now look how cute these cakes from Cascadia are. Someone even traced little hearts in them. I guess that settles dinner. Thanks for hauling me... I was gonna, but then it hit me. I got this nice meal all planned out with music, and I got that soap to scrub up with, but... I don't have a head for fashion, and I can't really picture myself in something... There's this place I heard of in Byzantium, Joliker's Haberdashery. I bet I could find something nigh on perfect. Thanks, Captain. I know I've been asking a lot.
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
Do you mind? I'm meeting someone. Shh. No names, okay? The Phoenix is a wanted man, and the board has eyes everywhere in Byzantium. Yeah, you're looking to make contact with Minister... Magpie, right? I should warn you, it won't be easy. He spends most of his time in his estate, which is heavily guarded. Afraid not. He almost never leaves his home and is...
Can't say I blame him. It's scary out of doors. I mean, can you even count how many times we've been shot at?
What work specialists, huh? Our mutual friend is really branching out. Whoa, I'm not one of your B&E specialists. I just provide intelligence. Some of the guards hang around Billingsley's House of Inebriation between shifts.
House of Inebriation? Count me the hell in.
Maybe you could do some reconnaissance there. You know, swipe a key while nobody's looking. Just remember, I've always been fascinated by birds. If you ever research Earth species, there are thousands of them.
Here we got 11 flavors of terror rays and not much else. That kind of variety? I mean, gosh. Seems
all of them trying to eat you, I'd wait.
The other thing about birds, though, is their environment. Exactly. I started thinking about everything we see around Halcyon, and all the things we don't see. For starters, you rarely come across anyone living in Byzantium who wasn't born here, even though we get ships in all the time. Doesn't that seem... And then there's the way nothing gets fixed. There used to be a suggestion box around here. People would drop ideas in. Nothing ever came of them, of course. Sure, that part is. That's why they install shredders in those boxes, after all. But one day the shredder broke. No one came to fix it. And since it wasn't working, we didn't have anywhere to file our complaints. So you can imagine how messy things got.
I bet your repair folks couldn't find parts. Back in Edgewater, I'd have to take something apart just to put another thing back together.
Might have been the paperwork. Here, you have to append forms to your forms, and law help you if there's a single dash out of place. At first, management put up an out-of-order sign, but that just seemed to worry people, like they were advertising something wasn't working. They eventually took the whole suggestion box sign down so that people didn't have any expectations about it. But they never fixed it, never replaced it.
If things are broken here, of all places, then I'm starting to think there ain't a hope left in this colony.
Things have kept on running this long, right? Or so I used to think. The whole episode made me wonder, if they can't fix something as simple as a suggestion box, what else aren't they fixing? After a while, I got connected with our mutual friend and started using my position here to feed him information when I could. That's it, really.
Are you still tinkering with that?
It's not gonna fix itself.
Don't we have repair drones for that kind of thing?
This was a repair drone.
The law's really looking out for me. Why can't something exciting happen around here for once?
Nothing wrong with stability. It means everything's running like clockwork.
Don't you ever want a little fun? Maybe see a marauder ship get blown to bits overhead?
What a thing to say. Everyone knows marauders can't fly.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Want to be famous? Kid, you got presence. Natural magnet. Tell you what, you're gonna like it a whole lot more once we start talking bits. Listen, you got an agent? Some kind of fresh, natural talent. I know it when I see it. Listen, you got a real special quality, raw and... I'm making a feature, Space Pirates of Moros Prime. It's gonna be a hit. But we still need a star, and I think you got the chops.
Hey, if you want an action story, you ought to haul a couple of cameras to Monarch sometime. We'll give you some damn good footage. If you survive.
Unscripted chaos. Come on, who'll pay to see that? Audiences want heroes and villains just like the one standing in front of me. So what do you say? You... Terrific. We're holding auditions at the studio. Head to Odeon Pictures and take the elevator. You're going all the way to the top, baby.
Try anti-Cleos. It's better than...
June might like a casserole, right? Everyone likes a casserole. No cakes. Cakes. Yeah? I mean, what do you need?
So much wasted money here. Decadence ain't gonna save you when the beasts get through the walls.
You think I'd get arrested if I climbed up on that to get a look at the gearings?
Nothing exciting ever happens around here.
Looking for weapons? You've come to the right place. Why, to defend their Byzantium is the best of what Halcyon has to offer. Marauders, dissidents, especially large sprats. One never...
Oh, please. From what I've seen of this city, a rusty nail is the most hazardous peril you've ever seen.
The point is to be adequately prepared. And good... Indeed. Now,
I've always loved that sculpture.
It's an art.
You, with the hips. Over here. Let me take a closer look at you. Don't speak. Hold that posture. The way you rest your weight against your hip suggests a certain rugged charisma possessed only by the mighty pride. Your walk, your posture, the cut of your clothes, you carry yourself with the bearing of a noble, but you dress like a barbarian. How? I'm Celeste Jolicoeur, and you, my dear, are exactly what Darling, you and that brutish swagger of yours. I'm working on a new line of clothing that will shock this city to its core, and... Marvelous! You and I are gonna wake this city up like... What I need is a survey of the outside world. What does the common laborer wear? How do the wild-eyed madmen of Monarch dress themselves? I've heard rumors. Also, Oh, you cad! You'll be the talk of Byzantium. I'll need you to model for me the following: the apparel of an iconoclast, the armor of a marauder, and a full ensemble of spacer gear. And when I say spacer gear, I mean an outfit worn by real spacers. None of that. You have the bearing and demeanor of a born model. You're going to absolutely... Fabulous! You don't gotta be so forward about my reasons, Captain. Let me get a good look at you. Turn around. My word. Such I am no such... Nonsense, you're absolutely lovely. Chin up now. Let me do a back-of-the-envelope calculation. Materials, labor... Love? That's the ultimate luxury, darling. Love. I don't get why that's funny. Oh, my cherub! Who woos for... All right, Captain. Here is the absolute best I can do for you. There are some things I simply cannot skimp on, darling. Such a lovely... Now stand back. Back! I'll enter the settings and get these machines spinning. You'll be... And there we are, my darling girl. I wish you a splendiferous evening. What? Oh, no, ma'am. All them eyes staring at me? I couldn't. No way, no how. I wish you weren't so shy, my Violet. You truly are beautiful. I hope you're... If I were an enterprising spacer in need of a wardrobe, I'd... Outside Byzantium? Of course not. There's n... Yes, and I'm terribly grateful you've agreed. Look, darling, I don't belong outside Byzantium any more than a fish belongs on the land. Anyway, I'm quite certain Byzantium wouldn't last 3 days without me. I'd return to a smoking ruin of hideous fat... Byzantium has lost its élan vital. Everything about this city is so... I want to make people uncomfortable the way you do. You're an outsider. You clearly don't belong in Byzantium, and yet you strut about... I'm not some common buttonmonger, darling. I'm an artist. You're very... What can I do for you? Can you believe this outfit? It's so handsome. Well, I guess that's everything then. You know, there's a part Junlei's been looking for to fix up the air cyclers. They only carried them on big colony ships, like the Hope. I know. For a while, it felt like everything I did was a little bit of help. Next time we dock with Groundbreaker, I'm doing it. I'll send June a message and ask her over. Oh, this is real scary, Captain. I'm grateful.
I love Byzantium.
Have you tried our new cocktail sponsored by Rizzo's? 1 part purple spectrum vodka, 1 part artificial tomato-like substitute juice. Then you'll want to speak with our auto mechanic. Quite so, but I would never lower myself to do something as gauche as tending bar. My auto... I don't believe in work. Work is... By auto mechanicals, of course. Byzantium's fleet of mechanical servitors are programmed to simulate a labor force, but without all the unsightly... We all have our roles in society. I like to think of myself as an entrepreneur. This drinking establishment is my... Maverick Johnston's about to release his new picture. From what I hear, they've already started shooting.
Please allow me to improve your drink. Request confirmed. Banter protocol active. Did you know that I am a priceless heirloom, custom built for the Billingsley family?
Citizens, today marks a monumentous occasion in the course of Halcyon history. After a deep and thorough examination of our budgets, revenue streams, and predictive models, we are publishing our yearly success report. Profits are soaring, promotions abound.
I'm real sorry about your friends, Milka. Ain't no one deserves to go like that. Certainly not folks just trying to get by.
Thanks for saying that. You know, after seeing so many people get chomped, trip into... Sulfur-cooled, shot by marauders. I always figured we'd die young. But just because you expect it doesn't make it any easier. Oh, shit. Next chance we get, I'm buying you a Spectrum bottle, so we can proper drown this melancholy.
Oh, I didn't get a chance to try Spectrum when we went out drinking. Is it any good?
It is without a doubt the worst, most foul liquid mankind has ever had the misfortune to invent. You'll love it.
Oh, my stars! It's Halcyon Helen? May I have your autograph?
Now you just sound like a crazed fan, which I suppose is not far from the truth.
For all auditions, please use the elevator on the left. For all auditions, please use the elevator on the left.
Oh, Captain, you see those fine clothes Miss Jolliker made for...
What's up?
Great! You made it! Listen, I know you're expecting a script, but you're the real... We gave the other actors real weapons to keep things authentic. And cause Josh is paying to see their logo on the big... See, Now go in there, find your mark...
Well, well. Here to stop us at last, Captains? All of this settlement CNP Hungry Time food pills, with their patented stomach stuffing effects and baseline vitamin con... They are? What an unexpected twist!
Are we on camera now?
Do you remember the last time we faced each other? The Battle of Axejack, staring one another down across the void. I see you haven't changed a bit, Steel. I had you surrounded and outgunned, but you overcame my superior numbers with tactical thinking and a Hammersmith limited I've been waiting for 5 years now, and at last my day for I just got but still...
This what passes for entertainment around here? They ought to try tossing back a Spectrum Red and going rapt hunting. Someone's bound to lose an eye.
Hey, no one told me we were giving critics an early look. I have this whole port wired with sub-micro energon Once we're away, I'll activate the gamma particulate field and the quantaponic chain reaction will turn this whole place into vaporized plasma. Speechless, I see. It is a... I hope you've paid your burial fees and signed your personal death and dismemberment waivers because this is the end for... Line... To the break room, everyone. I need my Mo-App Fizzy Tea.
Cut! That was fantastic. With actors like you, who needs writers?
There's my star. Walk and talk with me. That was brilliant. Hey, time is bits, right? I'm gonna have to fire the writing staff. What are those anemic fuckwits? I'm thinking a whole new script. More pirates, bigger explosions, you flicking a Stogie Slim into a barrel of gas. Here, this is for your work today. I'll be in touch.
Something you need?
those knock you out bar. A
So,
CCN
how many
76 nut
times have you
chocolate
seen
with
Terra
caramel
on
and
Monarch?
tea-free nuts in it. It's
Terra on Monarch loses its appeal after the 5th viewing. Now, Titus Androidicus, there's a work of timeless culture.
Titus Androidicus? Your idea of timeless culture is watching two mechanicals knocking about?
Excuse me? Those mechanicals had more heart than any two-bit actor in one of your serial adventures.